AITA for leaving a dinner party after a girl sat on my husband's lap. I am still so shaken by everything, so I apologize for my rambling. My husband, Jake, and I have been married for 3 years, and from the beginning, he was very close with his best friend's sister, Cindy, 18F. Jake would often talk about her and mention how he had seen her grow up over the years. Cindy is always bubbly and seems very fond of Jake as well. When we were dating, she would ask to join us on our dates a lot. I never really said anything because I enjoyed spending time with her too. She was like a little sister to me. When we announced our engagement, she told my husband to not forget her after getting married and to still hang out with her. After we got married, I even made her my bridesmaid. Soon after, we moved to a different state and kind of lost contact. Recently, Jake's best friend came to stay with us for a while, and Cindy came along too. The moment she saw us, the first thing she said was how hot my husband had gotten and that she was glad he didn't look like those boring married men. Throughout their stay, Cindy would ignore my presence and get way too close to Jake. I told Jake that it was looking a bit inappropriate and asked him to talk to Cindy, but he said that she was just childish and acted that way with everyone. On their last day, we decided to host a dinner party for everyone. During the party, Cindy came up to me and said, "Oh, I need to steal your husband for a while," and before I could say anything, she grabbed Jake's hand and took him to play games. I ignored it since it was their last day, but throughout the dinner, Cindy kept getting too close to Jake and would drag him away whenever I was around, giggling at me. When everyone sat for dinner, I sat beside Jake, and Cindy came last. She then said, "Oh, there's no seat," and sat on my husband's lap. Everyone was surprised, and Jake laughed, saying, "Cindy, stop acting like a kid, you're not a kid anymore." Cindy laughed and got up, but I was so angry with the disrespect and Jake's nonchalant attitude. I excused myself, took my car, and left. About an hour later, Jake called me asking where I was. I told him I was going to my friend's house and would come back after Cindy had left. I knew what I did was terrible, but I was so angry that if I had stayed, I would have started fighting or crying. I came back the next day after Cindy and her family had left. Jake was very upset and said I had taken things too far. I started crying and told him how everything made me feel. He said I was horrible to think such things about Cindy and that she was like a sister to him. I told him that I wasn't doubting his intentions, but I was hurt by how disrespectful Cindy's behavior was and that he was enabling her by not saying anything. He said I sounded ridiculous and couldn't take a joke, referring to the sitting on the lap incident. I said regardless, I didn't want her in my house again. To top it off, Cindy sent me a message saying she was sorry for making me feel insecure and that she would make sure to make me feel better, but she thought I shouldn't have left as it was childish and spoiled the mood. It felt so backhanded, and I didn't reply to her. I told my husband that he needed to maintain a distance from Cindy. He asked if I was giving him an ultimatum, and I said I just wanted to know if he would disregard and disrespect my feelings for Cindy. This really upset him, and he said that if I had such disgusting thoughts in my mind and was giving him an ultimatum anyway, he might as well leave because he couldn't live with someone so insecure. He packed a bag and went to his mother's place. I have tried apologizing numerous times, telling him how sorry I am for everything, but he is ignoring my texts and calls. Later, Cindy's brother texted me, calling me a bunch of names and saying Jake should leave me because I was disgusting and deserved to be alone. I couldn't stop crying after that. I don't know how to fix this.